Good morning. You're probably going to hear that rooster during this little good morning because that thing has been screaming. It doesn't even know how to do the cock-a-doodle-doo right. It's just been screaming about every 20 seconds for an hour. Last night I slept pretty good. There was got really weird between 12:30 and 1:30. Like this windstorm came through. It actually blew one of my tent stakes out. I had to jump out of my tent. The tent was falling down. You couldn't see any stars when I got out. Everything was really clouded over, and I thought, oh man, maybe a rainstorm coming or something. But now completely calm. The wind died out. It just came through for like an hour, like gangbusters, and then just stopped. So I don't really know what the plan is today other than to walk on this road. Probably, I saw there was a camp spot in 23 point something, so that's probably what I'll be looking for. Hopefully there's some more exciting stuff to see today because I know these road walks are kind of boring. Sorry about the short video yesterday. There's no point in just making up stuff when there wasn't much to share. So sorry that was a short one. Yeah, I've already had my coffee, had my breakfast. Boots left out of here early. The rest of us are still here. I slept in a little bit today. When I woke up, it was already 6 o'clock. So I don't even know what time it is now. Hopefully it's before 7. I'm walking by 7, but maybe I don't even know what time it is. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up and let's hit the road. All right, one last look at the TLC Ranch. That's like the hiker hangout where we were sitting under there. All right, we are back on the road again. It's an interesting mindset when we're just knowing we're on this road for 70 miles. We're in a couple different roads, but still you're just road walking. So it's, I don't know, it's a totally different mindset. I don't know how else to explain it. It's kind of like you just know you're gonna grind. You know you're gonna pound your feet all day, but it's the same thing as hiking. You just gotta make, like on a trail, you just have to make the miles and get where you're going. But I mean, all we're seeing, there's like posted no trespassing signs both sides of the road. There's really not much for views. It's just some small trees and desert scrub. But it's all part of the experience. Gotta hike whatever they put in front of us. So it's interesting seeing this open range sign. Don, the guy that brought us the pizza last night, was explaining a few interesting things to us that I thought I'd share. So he was telling us that New Mexico is an open range state. So when people have these fences, it's not to keep cattle in, it's to keep cattle out. So if you're a cattle rancher out here, you don't have to have fences at all. But if you're a landowner and you don't want other people's cattle on your land, then you have to put up fences to keep the cows out. Thought that was interesting. The other thing he was telling us is because of, like, there's no vegetation, out here it takes 122 acres to support one cow. He was just saying, by contrast, in Ohio, it takes 2 acres per one cow. So I thought that was pretty crazy. He also was explaining that he just started like a meat rabbit farm. He said they haven't started like eating them or like producing meat yet. But he said they've started with 2 bucks and 5 does, so 7 rabbits. And he was explaining like how often they have babies and gestation periods and all that. But the bottom line that I thought was fascinating, he said that from 2 bucks and 5 does, in 1 year, you can get more meat from those rabbits than you can an entire cow. I asked him what that tastes like, and he said he's never eaten them yet, so he don't know. But just thought that was fascinating. The other thing apparently is a real thing called rabbit starvation, because there's like no fats or cholesterol or anything in the meat. It's just protein. That if you only ate rabbits, you would die. So I don't know. I think I'm going to stick to steaks from the cows, but some fascinating little tidbits of information while we're walking down this road. Another thing, I have some service and I was looking at some comments. And some of you do such great comments that are so motivating. And Thank you so much. And there's always a couple, like every hike, there's one or two. I found who it's going to be for this hike, but every day it's a comment that's just like so far off base and bashing me. I'm not really sure why you're still watching, but appreciate the engagement, and reading your crazy comments makes me laugh every day. For the rest of you that don't read the comments, there's always one that'll make you laugh. So after the video, if you want to go read through the comments, I'm not going to call out who it is yet. When they continue, I probably eventually will. But for some additional entertainment, that's where you can find it. Looks like a coyote. We're about 8 miles in for the day. We're back out here in this big, just open expanse. Just had that coyote cross the road in front of me. My first water for the day is in about a half mile. I've got to start heading off the trail that way. But there was 2 cyclists going southbound that passed us on this road a little bit ago. And they said there's several water caches along this road. Coming up, but it's been a few miles and I've yet to see any. So if I don't see any before the junction, I'm going to fill up my water at this well. Leaving the gravel for just a few minutes on this dirt road. There's supposed to be water, I don't know, within a quarter mile or so over this crest. Okay, here's our water. It's a solar well. Prairie dog. This has been tough, just walking in the middle of nowhere. The wind is really strong today, right in our faces. I've been seeing a lot of these like York Ranch signs over here. Somebody in Pie Town told us this ranch is 400,000 acres. Oh man. This is the junction to the brown line that I think we're gonna take. Is there anything in the cooler? Any soda? Oh, look at this dust cloud coming. Man, it is so windy. That thing is legit. I hope we miss it. All right, well, it's like 2 o'clock. I've not had the camera out for a while. Since we got on the brown line, Pac-Man and I walked together for a bit and I was talking. Then we had lunch and Jamming and Boots caught up. And check this out, we're off the road for a short time. We're just on a regular single track trail. I'll be here for a bit. I think we're gonna end up having to do 25 or so for the day to get to the next water. So we got some time to be on trail still. But man, my feet feel so much better on this single track. And when you're on single track, at least the scenery changes a bit. Who would have thought I'd be so happy to be climbing up a steep, loose rock climb. It's so nice to be off the roads for just a bit. Oh, I got a bit to climb still. Let's look at some views. Man, it's a hot one today out here in the sun. And check this out. There's a whole big, it's muddy cattle pond, but that's the most water in any pond we've seen so far. It's about 3 o'clock. Still got, I don't know, 8 miles to go for the day probably. I know we'll be back on the road at some point. I haven't really looked to see when. Right now I'm just enjoying being on a real trail. My feet just feel so much better on a regular trail than just pounding the hard flat road. But this has been a pretty afternoon. We all kind of got separated back there because there was a big wash we had to go down through. We went different ways, and if I'm correct, I think Pac-Man's ahead of me, and I think the others are behind. But I'm not really sure. All right, let's get this other 8 miles done. That didn't take all that long. Maybe an hour and a half or so off the road. But back on the road again. At least it's a dirt and not a gravel or paved.
Did she?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right, we're off the road for a second. We're headed back here to get our water for the night. And here's the cool thing. There's a car up on the road. So I am wishing for some trail magic. But we'll have to see what happens. We got to find us somewhere to camp. And right now, this is out in the middle of nothing. Maybe find somewhere to camp out here, but it doesn't look to be the greatest. Got our water way over there. We're up here right on the road. All 5 of us are here now. We just got us a little alcove of dirt. Man, my face looks like I got sunburned a little bit.
Yeah, I forgot to put sunscreen on.
There's no rocks in sight to beat the stakes in the ground. So we're hoping it doesn't get too windy like last night. But it's been a day. I haven't checked yet, but I think we did about 25, maybe a little more than 25. And here we go again. We carried 5 days of food. After 2 days, we've realized we're less than 30 miles from town. You think we're going to be there tomorrow night? At lunch, Pac-Man and I are like, yeah, we can do 2 more days and a short day in town. Now all of a sudden we're like, huh, maybe we'll be there tomorrow. Who knows? It's time to cook some dinner though.
On any of the comments after the ranger station. I mean,
I love your positivity.
I go back to rail if there's train tracks.
I had a peak refuel, a fettuccine tonight. It was so good. Had a little extra as well because we have way too much food and we're close to town. So we've got a nice sunset. Actually, it keeps the camera keeps messing it up. So yeah, today is actually Mother's Day in real time. So I need to call my grandma here. I already called my mom earlier today. Yeah, I don't know. These days of just road walking, I'm at a loss sometimes of how to share the experience of walking down a road. Because that's all it is. Luckily, the last part of the day, Pac-Man and I walked and talked again, so that made some time go by pretty good. So I guess that's it for today. I'm going to tell y'all now, have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. And I don't know, we'll either end up in town tomorrow night, likely, or we will end up in town the next morning. But thanks again for being here and have a good night. See you tomorrow.